Hello, hello, good evening. It is Nemi Batstone here with Nemi's Crafty Cafe, coming to you an hour later than usual from my craft space in Cooks Creek, Manitoba, just 20 minutes northeast of Winnipeg. And whew, I'm not looking that great today. So yeah, let's make sure we're live. So if you are there, don't forget to say hello or give me a thumbs up or a heart, or say catching a replay. I've been a little behind with a few things and I look terrible. So I went to work today for 6:30 a.m. and then worked till 4. Went to see my mom for my lunch break because it's all I had. Then my son's soccer game, rushed home, had dinner, and that's why I'm delayed by an hour. Oh, no, volleyball game, not soccer. So that's why I'm delayed by an hour. And honestly, I'm thinking I'm going to have to pivot. There's a lot going on in my life, and as much as I love Mondays and making great projects with you every Monday, it's becoming a little tight and rushed with family commitments and trying to spend time and do things with my mom, with my family, and my family in general. So I can't make it, it's really tight to get online with you for 7. So I'm going to have to rethink that and figure out if I can switch it to Tuesdays or not, and then be live with you Tuesday, Wednesday, but I'll have to see. Like, I'm in a really nice routine, but it's just very, very, like, I feel anxious. As soon as I get through the door, I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I going to create? Although all day I've thought of global design projects because I really, really love them. And I think my team loves them too, I think. It's one of their creative challenges as well. And every time they get their names in a draw, and then I can draw prizes for them. There's usually cash credits, and then they can pick whatever they want from that's current. And you can do the same if you join my community. We're currently down to the wire for the starter kit, so now is a perfect time to do that. And I meant to send my email today, but I was so busy creating late at night, and then I had to get to bed. So this is my 2-page scrapbook page. It's probably going to show it in reverse, but this is what I created using the Sweet Autumn, I believe is what it's called. Anyway, I wanted to use it for Thanksgiving, so I'm going to put all the food pictures, everything like that. This little guy here is for journaling and writing my notes, and I tried to keep this space open in case I need more space to create more notes. So I will share that in my newsletter, and I'll try and share it here. But when you take a photo of a 24 by 12 page, it gets a little small. So hopefully we can make that work. And I'm a big fan of thickers. So as much as I love using Stampin' Up's alphabets, I don't have the patience for it. So I do like using thickers, which you can get at your local scrapbooking store. I don't get these at Michael's or Joann's or any of that, but I find there's a great collection at Scrap Chicks or Scrapbookers Anonymous or Scrapbook Cottage. That's usually where I go. And then I use some of the words from the ephemera packs, and then used, the autumn leaves that I had lying around. Like, everything's pretty much like scraps. And then I had some ribbon, which is the wild wheat, which I added to there. Now it is moving around, but once you put those in the 12 by 12 protectors, they're not really going to move. So that was my page that I was supposed to create with you yesterday. So we are creating today with the Snowy Wonder Bundle. And I just want to remind everyone, if you look at my post up top, there's only 2 spots left for my in-person Snowy Scene Stamp Camp, and I'd love to fill it. So if you haven't signed up yet, please do. And you will need to bring your Snowy Wonder bundle because it's a Stampin' stack. So we're going to be creating lots, right? Like you got to create, flying. You're going to create 6 cards using all of this. And then you're going to create another 6 cards using all of this, right? This is my card right there. I don't want to share and spoil the surprise of what the cards look like. And then you're going to need to, then you're going to create 6 more cards with all of this. So you need your own designer series paper. If not, you can add it onto your registration and order from me, and I will have it ready for you when you come. And then on top of that, we're making a cute little bag, right, with a tag, and as well as 4 additional tags. I'm not showing them because I want them to be a surprise when you come. So 4 additional tags. So it's gonna be a busy day, but no worries. If you don't finish, you can take them home. And I do have other cards that I have that I have for additional inspiration. So I will remember to share them at the end. Okay, so let me flip you so we can get started and you don't have to see old face here. It's been a long week and I feel like it's not going to end. Sorry about the swing. Okay, we're gonna plug myself in here so I don't lose anything. And I'm so messy because again, I rush home, I pull out that design or the challenge, and then I'm like, create, create, create. So I'm only really giving myself like an hour and a bit to create, which is pretty tight. And I feel like it's getting tighter and tighter for some strange reason. But so, you know, what are your thoughts? Help me pivot here. Um, do I do a recording or do I just, switch days? Life is tough. Okay, so Global Design Project 469 requires a color challenge, and it consists of Granny Apple Green, Pool Party, and Real Red. How perfect for the holiday season, right? So we are using, if I can find it here, oh man, oh, I had it ready. There it is. The Snowy Wonder Bundle. Hang on, I just dropped some crumb cake on the floor, and I don't want to lose that. So it comes with this gorgeous product suite here of amazing 12 by 12 paper, and it coordinates with like 8 different colors, which is fantastic, which is Daffodil Delight, Early Espresso, Garden Green, Petal Pink, Poppy Parade, Pool Party, and Pumpkin Pie. And it comes with all of these. Now, mine is a mess. And somebody had a lot of fun with Let It Snow at my retreat, and because it's like completely black. Um, and look, they're not even sticking anymore because I've been using them so much. So they need a wash. And we're going to be using, I used the present for this one. I used the sprinkles, but I think we're going to switch and we're going to use, I'm going to see if I can get away with using the snowflakes. I think that one's too big. So we're going to use, yeah, maybe the 2 little ones. So let me grab another block A, which is no longer available, and we'll see if we can do those. The trees I've already done, so we'll turn that. Oh, there you are. I was looking for you. And season's greetings is what else we use. I might add a little bit more because you know me. When it comes to global design project, I'm like one, and then the after, I'm like, what does that look like? And then not only that, like I would show you all the amazing dies, but look at me. I've taken them all off because I was busy finishing up the Snowy Scene Stamp Count. So now that's done. Now, and then also this Wednesday, my online class. So again, so if you sign up, you're not going to only get 18 cards, 4 tags in a bag, but you're going to have tonight's project and as well as 4 more designs and a scrapbook page by the time November 16th rolls around. So this one here is the holly, which I can't seem to figure out goes. And then we also have these cute snowflakes that you can die cut. And these little itty bitty ones, there's 4 of them. And then there's a hat, which I prefer not to stamp, but just die cut. But it is have now all of these coordinators. See how you can stamp in black or whatever color hat and then die cut it. And then you've got your snowman here as well, right? This is the holly that goes here. And we have a little present. We have the mountains, but we also have the house. And we have the penguin. I figured this is a lot easier for you to see. Then don't forget about the berries and all the trees that also come with this. Oh, and then there's another snow globe, so you can do a skinny snow globe or a fat snow globe. Um, oh yeah, and then this one is the mini right there, and then this one is the bigger snowflake up there, and then we have that one as well, plus these guys and the candy cane, which I haven't taken off there. Oh, and then there's an extra tree here with a little bit of fun, which really is just kind of like um, a dot with a little bit of a pattern on it. So I like that because you get the snowflakes with the pattern, so you could just use these dies on their own. And that's 20 dies. Okay, I'm gonna put these back in before I lose them. Anything else loose? Okay, so if you don't have one of these little magnetic plates to hold your dies, they are a must-have. Okay, so always don't do that. We won't need our dies, I don't think, because I think I tried to get everything pre-punched before we went. Okay, so let's get crafty. So the card we're going to make is a fun fold. So, I'm not really here. People do Technique Tuesdays, and I just don't have time. But we're going to kind of do a cool little fun fold instead. I usually save these for Fridays, but I got another one for Friday. Okay, so here's our little fun fold card. Um, and like I said, I whipped this up together in an hour, so I hope you like it. And I was gonna make the snow globe one piece, but then I was like, no, I want it to open up and go like this. And then on the inside, you can decorate it some more. So we're gonna do that because I just didn't have time. Okay, so to begin, we're going to need, I'm gonna put this away. No, maybe not. Well, yeah, it's in my way. We are going to need a piece of thick, where are you? Oh, there it is. Thick basic cardstock, and that's going to be our base. Okay, move my stamps out of the way and pull this in. And we're going to cut it down to 5.5 because we need the full sheet. So this one originally was going to be one of my projects for Snowy, for my stamp cap. But then I changed my mind and decided to go with 3 other designs. Okay, so now we have 11 inches and we're going to need this. Okay, so now we're going to score it. Okay, and hello, Colleen. Thank you. I'm glad you love it. And you can use this pattern with so many different things. I also did it with my comforting thoughts one, and I've done it with so many. But I really, really love it. Okay. So we 2 3/4, and then my next one 7. So this is 11 inches long, right? Like I didn't cut the paper or anything like that. And then we're gonna fold our trimmer. Okay. So now we're just gonna go. This is gonna create our little pocket. We don't want that one. Take this. Hang on here. Give me a second, because I can feel. I'm gonna pull out my little handy robot. We're gonna vacuum up a bit. Sorry. but I could feel all of the embossing powder. Ooh, okay, we're gonna fold that. Okay, so there's our envelope. That's, I don't even know what to call it. Can I call it an envelope fun fold? So there we go. Now you're going to take your ruler. Now I'm just going to use my good old Tim Holtz and measure 1 inch. So um, that's the nice thing on my Tim Holtz ruler is I can get 1 inch across because that's what it does. And we're going to measure 1 inch, 1 inch. So you're just going to mark it with your pencil, okay? And then you're going to go back down here as well, and you're going to measure it 1 inch in. So here we did 1 inch on the edge. Now we're doing 1 inch on the inside. So let's go like this. So that's 3, so 2. And then here I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, because that's my 1 inch mark. So 2 to 1, and then here 2 to 3. So then I got my 1 inch. Or 4 squares. So now you know that you're going to connect these two markings. It's a pencil. So I can show you. Can you see that? Let me bring that down a bit. Okay. So there was my first tick mark. Here's my second. So we're going to cut all of this off. And we're going to do the same on this side. I'm not too concerned because it's a pencil. Okay. So we're going to line this up into our paper trimmer. I'm going to line our 2 tick marks. And that's going to create the top of our, I guess, envelope. Let's call it an envelope. Envelope fun fold. And then we're going to swing the other way. And again, same thing. So we're going to go from that. Look, I broke a nail, sorry. We're going to go from that to that, helping move stuff around at my parents' place, and then I broke a nail. Okay, so then there's the top of our envelope. I'm not too concerned about the pencil marks because we're going to cover that with designer series paper. And that looks pretty darn boring, especially since it's white. So what I've decided to do is I decided to emboss this. Now I love white on white on white. So if you're part of my reindeer class, like which I'm going to be sharing as well, and that one has a lot of white on white on white. So just showing you, like that's one reindeer days class. Here's another one with white on white, and we are using the iridescent. And there's this one's my favorite, which is white on white. So like it's just I don't know, it's so fun. So anyway, registration for that I hope is going to be ready by tomorrow. But I'm super swamped at work and don't really get much break, and I'm using my breaks to run errands for my parents. So it's been a little crazy. So we're going to emboss. So I'm going to lift you up just a wee bit. Okay, so I can get my machine in. And I wanted to show it to you so you understand, for anybody that is new to embossing, is this is our snowflake. So you're going to use this and need this for Stamp Camp as well. Now, don't worry if you don't have everything right away and you don't think you're going to get it in by the 16th. I can get it in for you, and I will have my station there. But I prefer that you bring your own because there's just, you got a ton of cards to make, 18 cards. So it's really hard to share a machine. Okay, so we've got that. Plus, if you just sign up now, you can get the machine at 20% off. There you go. And then you can get the embossing folder with it because you get $206 for $135. So, and you still have room to buy other things. Now, if you notice, I put that embossing folder right at the score line because we don't, well, you could go past, it doesn't matter. We could have did the whole thing, but I didn't. So next time, yeah, maybe we should do that. So now that looks a lot prettier. It gives the base a little bit more bling or texture to it, so it's not so boring. And I didn't want to do DSP onto DSP. I just thought that was crazy. Designer series paper onto designer series paper. I just figured that was too much. We've got shadows, so I'm gonna make sure we're okay here. We okay? We're okay. And I don't like shadows because it makes it harder for you to see. Okay, maybe a little better. Okay, so now we have that, and we're going to cover that up with designer series paper. And I know I have some scrap sitting here because I've been using so much of it all weekend. And just spinning my tray around. There's a piece. Fun one. Okay, so I have a piece of scrap. So it was red, so I figured we better use red. And there's a red and green stripe in this as well, but it says to use, it wanted more of a garden green, so I decided to go with this red. I could have went with the stripe, but it's more pretty pink, petal pink, I mean. So I thought we'd go with this one because it pops the red more. Okay, so then now this is going to sit on top. So all we have to do is add it. So this is like decorating your envelopes. Hey, Cheryl, how's it going? What a bomber game, right? Crazy. We had to listen to it on the radio on our way into the city, but wowzers. The Mother Nature was definitely on our side. When does that happen? Okay, so we're going to line that up. So we just want to make sure it's not hanging over the other side. And this is where liquid glue comes in handy because you can just maneuver it as best as you can and then have that stick down. Now I have a lot of excess, but that's okay. So all we're going to do, just like we do when we're decorating envelopes, is we're just going to trim all of this off, just like that. So that becomes our decorative piece. So this was a 3-inch piece, probably by 6 inch, 3 inch by 6 inch. And all I'm doing, it's scrap. Well, it's not really scrap. You could have used that for a card, but it's scrappy enough to be the front of my card. There we go. Just gonna clean this up just a tad more. There we go. Now what you can do too, if you want to clean it up a bit, because I can see some of that, is you just take a nail file and file the edge until it touches the white. It's just paper. There, that looks better. Now our card went from pretty boring to embossed and decorative with designer series paper. Okay, so now we just need to add the fun, which is a centerpiece. So on my original, now I feel like we need to add some. I didn't, and I feel like I should add some ribbon to it, but it's always such a hard sell. But I think I will. Okay, so let me grab. I feel like we need to. I don't know why. Let me see if I can pull this off. Now, it comes with this amazing pom pom, which has been sold out forever. And I switched to a different ribbon because it was unavailable. I don't have all these scraps, but I don't think they're long enough. Let me just double check. Oh, this one might be. This one might be long enough. But now I believe it's available again. But I already ordered everything for my retreat, so no can do. Um, so I'm just wondering, because it's cut at an angle, so it's a little odd. But I just, I don't know. I feel like I need something. So let me, oh, this is going to be difficult. So let me try this. Because we're going to put the snow globe there anyway. So, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to temporarily put this here because I'm debating on whether or not this is going to work. So please do tell me if you think I'm cray-cray. Trying to add ribbon to a perfectly fine card, in my opinion. Okay, so we're going to put that there, and I'm going to use some tape for now to hold that down, and we'll see if I'm crazy. Okay, now that is temporary because this would go here. Yeah, see? What do you think? Okay, so I want you to tell me, do I really add that ribbon or do I go without? Like, how cute is that? And it doesn't even have ribbon. So, I don't know. I'm a little, hubbub. So, while we do that, you tell me, whoever's there, Shell, Colleen, if you're still there, feel free to tell me what you think. And then while we do that, I'm going to emboss. So here we heat embossed the snow, so there's snow on there. But I thought this time round we would try and do, um, if you mail the card, these pom-poms will get like, oh, yeah, that's true. Good point, Lise. Very true. But my card is, um, it's not on the edge, it's on the flap of the envelope. So does it? Yeah, maybe. Okay, but we could try a different ribbon. I don't know why I'm obsessed with putting that ribbon on. Or adding ribbon. No ribbon. See, thank you, Shell. Someone always has to keep me in check. Because I just always feel like it needs more. But, sometimes less is more. Okay, so I'm just going to grab a piece of scrap in case I go over. Okay, there we go. Now, we've got two snowflakes, which I've used a lot of, and this guy just doesn't want to stick as much anymore. And we need some Versamark. And like I said, I used the snow stamp on the other one. And this time, I'm going to try and use the snowflakes. So there's one, which you can't see because it's Versamark. Two, and here's the other thing, hoping this does stick well. Three, just, random. I always like to do mine in squares whenever I'm randomly putting these in. And I'm not going to be too concerned as to how much gap I have either, because we're going to fill it with some embellishments anyway. Okay, and put that one there. And I did, if you saw me, I did use my embossing buddy. You might be right on the edge on that one. And then maybe one more there. Now, it's going to get covered quite a bit, so I'm not too concerned. And I think, oh yeah, you can see it pretty good. So now I'm going to bring in my white embossing powder. And I'm going to use my tweezers to pick this up. And I'm just going to dunk a Rui in there. Dump it in. And tap lightly. And then there I have a couple indents, but we're going to cover those up anyway. And then I made a boo-boo on mine. Hang on. On my first one, which ended me tearing and adding snow. So it was kind of a blessing in disguise. Okay, I'm going to just grab my heat tool here. It doesn't reach. So I'm just going to color that in, or heat that in, I should say. Heat set it. And then, okay, we've got a few snowflakes done.
Just a few more to go. Almost finished. This is why I always like to do this off camera, but because, hogs up time, and I can't share it with, well, I guess I could if I put it a longer extension cord. Okay, I think one more. I think I got all of it. Okay, now I kind of flubbered over here. So this is my little tip and trick. Is I like to take my gel pen, which, needs a little help sometimes. So I like to, write all over myself to make sure my gel pen works. And then I'll just color that in where I feel I need to get my white going. Just where I feel. Because I didn't put it onto a mat. Yes, Bishop. Yes. So now that's done. And then, so you can see here on my, oops, that's not it. I flubbered and made some boo-boos. So what I did was I just took some leftover. I don't need this for stamping, do I? No. And just literally tore to make some snow. And you can take whichever piece you want and then just stuck that on there like so. Now, and I don't think you can really see it as much because I ended up covering it. So it doesn't really matter. Now, I'm just going to take some of my glue. Oopsies, I probably went too high, but that's okay because we're just going to cover that. Okay, so we got all that and we got that edge there. And then we just need to flip over and then grab your glue scissors and trim that again. And it's just scrap. And then that says bye-bye. So there we go. And now we have our snowy scene. Now, I did stamp in Granny Apple Green my 2 trees ahead of time. So one tree can go there, another tree there, or wherever you want it. Doesn't really matter. See if we can. And then I had another 2 presents. And I put one here, kind of tucked in behind. So I got to move that tree over. Here's my present. Maybe I can put this one on top. And then another present on this side. Or we could put them together. Doesn't matter. And then now all I'm missing is a penguin. Or we could use a snowman. Doesn't really matter. So this one I used the penguin because it has red and pool party in it. So there's this one sheet that has all these cute little doodads and they are super cute. So we did cut a lot of these out for our stamp cap. So, or we're going to. And so I think I'm going to take this guy here because I love the fact that he's got another present on there. So I should have did this before. So this is the only pane you're going to see, which is me cutting these out. Now remind me to share with you some others that I got from a swap and then the ones I've created myself too as extras, which I have yet to decide if I'm using them on Wednesday or I'm going to create with something else. So you can go right to the edge. Now, what's fun is this thing is pool party, so you can go right to the edge or just leave that little bit there. So I've chosen on this one to just leave a wee bit because I felt like I was cutting it too close. And you can see too, I'm not moving my scissors, I'm moving my paper. So make sure whenever you are fussy cutting like this, you've got some amazing precision scissors. I can't even say the word properly. Okay. And there we go. And there. So now I just cut that off so I can get his little toesies in there. And then I'm going to go back in and just come right in there into that corner. And then I should have this. Oh, my eyes are getting worse. Little snippety doodad. And then there's our little guy. How cute is he? Right? Super cute the way I had it. Oh, awesome. And it's such an easy card. So all I did was stamp them all. So, here, I'll go like this because it doesn't want to sit, but once you put it in the envelope, you're all good. So we have our little guy right there. We have our two trees. We want him there. Another present. So we'll glue this first tree down so that we have him. So actually, you know what? We're going to put it on the card first because then we can center it better because I thought that was really important. You know what? I'm going to actually use dimensionals this time because I didn't on the first one. So I'm going to stick this here. So I roughly going to dry fit where I want this. So my season's greeting needs to be making sure it's on the front of the card, but it's going to stay on the bottom of the card. So then we want to line up our top here. So we want to make sure our snow globe too is straight. So it's not, I just want to make sure it's also centered roughly on either side of our envelope. And then I'm just going to use my tweezers as a guide to hold that. So then I know where to put my base, which is right about there. And I think I'm going to pop it out. So I didn't on the other one. And I was worried. Well, I wasn't really worried, but it does work. It'll just be a little thicker when it goes in the mail. Now, I'm going to add that and that and that. And throw that in the garbage. So we're just going to line that up. Make sure we're good. And that gives us our base right about there. And then we're going to do the same now with this guy. So I know where my dimensionals are going to go. That's my guide right there, roughly. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3. So that's my bottom. Then I can just add to the top. Okay. 4, 5, 6. Whew, that's a lot. Okay. So then we're just going to line that up to the bottom of our snow globe. I always find that I never put this on straight, so that's why I'm a little, there. Okay, so now we've got him there. Now we can add our trees, and I don't like to get sticky, so I'm going to use because it's small, I'm going to use my mini glue dots. Put one there, and one here, and line that up. So one will go at about there on the snow. And then the other one we are going to pop up with dimensionals. Might need our minis, so let me grab a mini. I thought we needed minis. There. Da-da-da. Toot toot. And then I'll go there. And then one of our presents gets tucked underneath. So again, mini glue dot. Yes, the penguin punch does work on the DSP cutouts. In fact, some of them anyway. Like the problem is their heads, because each of the heads are a little different. So you can cut this out with this one, but because he has a hat and he has earmuffs, this will not work, right? So you end up having to fussy cut. You can do the scarf, the one that has a scarf on, but see, if you put it on with the one with a hat, you'll just lose the pom-pom on the top. And if you're fine with that, that works. And then here, too, you line it up, it works, but then you lose a little bit of the edge and the pom-pom. So yeah, totally works if you'd like. I just found it was easy to fussy cut. They don't take that long. You saw me do it, and it's pretty quick. Okay, so Mr. Penguin goes right there, or Mrs., however you'd like it. I'm just gonna grab another Pop-Tart here, or two. Seriously didn't think I was gonna pull this off on time. It was in my head, but didn't know if I'd have time. And then we need another one for this one. So that's our last present. And I think I can fit a large versus a mini. And stick him right inside there, in between. And there you have it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I think that's why that works. So you can see some of my snowflakes don't even show up that well because I hid them. So, you don't have to put as much. And then where we have all this empty space, there's also this beautiful coordinating white loose snowflakes. So I'm just going to dump a few into here so I can see them. And there's two sizes. There's some large ones, and then there's some really small mini ones. I got antibiotics on Saturday. It's been a long haul for sure. Oh no, who was that? Oh, that was Karen. That's another. Oh, I thought that was part of this, but someone else. Okay. My messenger popped up. That's funny. Okay, so now I don't like to, I see a lot of demonstrators use glue, but I like to use micro dots. We do not sell these at Stampin' Up. But let me see if I can find the case. You can buy them at your local craft store, not like Michael's or anything like that, but they're little micro dots, as you can see, and they're only 1/8 inch instead of half. And you can pick them up. So they're the same brand. We just don't sell them. So now I'm going to just take one of these and I'm going to add it to my micro dot because they're smaller. And it's fine if the snowflake is a little, if you have a little glue around, because it's so high up that the mini glue dot doesn't even really show. So we're going to fill those spaces in. Oops, dumped a whole bunch here. And you can pick whichever size you want, but I think I just pick whatever comes up. There we go. And then pull that off. And then add another one in between. So we're just pretty much going wherever there is space. I thought there was 3 sizes, so I'm just going to check. But it looks more like 2. Ooh, that's a cracked one. Okay, now we're going to add there. And this one's a really tiny one, so I'm just going to tuck in some of that embellishment there. I think I'm going to, yeah, that's fine. We can stick, I'm going to go in here so I can put a second one there. Okay, push you over there. And then grab another. And put that one there, and then we'll just add one more. 1, 2, 3, 4. See? Then that gives us our uneven number of 5. There we go. And then I still felt it was needed a little bit more oomph. And so, okay, I put my micros away. I gotta clean up. Hang on. I just grabbed my Wink of Stella and then added some bling into the snow. So where did I put him? Oh, I put it back. I put it back in its proper location. Way to go. So we're just going to add some random. Doesn't have to be over the whole thing, but just enough to give it that look of snow. Now, if you also have, what is it called? The effects, then that works really great too for adding snow. So there's my two, like they're practically identical. So the only difference is here I used the snowflakes, and then on this one I used the snow. So I don't know, you tell me which one you think looks better, snowflakes or snow. Now we still need to do the inside. So just to add a little bit, because I might make a boo-boo. I'm gonna grab my blue. I didn't finish it on that one, so we'll finish it on this one. It's still your standard size, so we're gonna just come in here and I'm just gonna cut this down to 5 1/4. Now, okay, I'll show you. Oh, 4 1/4, 4 inches, sorry, because that's my 8-inch side there. And then we're gonna trim it to 5 1/4. I'm just gonna ask, does 8 o'clock work better than 7? Snowflakes. Oh, excellent. Because then that buys me an extra hour. Just wondering. So then this goes here, and we have our blue. And then I did Season's Greetings, so I'm going to just pick a different one. I'm going to use Let It Snow. Or you could add a white on here as well. Maybe let's do that. So we're just going to oh my, extra layers. Okay, extra layers for fun. Now, okay, I can't touch any of that because that's all my paper. That's all my stuff for class. And I need to make sure I do my recordings. Okay, so this one, now I'm going to go smaller to 5 inches. And get that beautiful layer on the inside, which you really don't need, but it's just nice to have. And there. Oh, I have an idea. Okay, so me and my big ideas. Now, what did I do? Oh, there it is. Okay, so we're gonna put, what did I say? Let it snow. So we'll grab, let's do it. Let's do it in Pool Party. Oh no, let's do it in this one. Let's do it in red and be consistent. I mean, my Let It Snow is black already. I don't know how that happened, but it did. Look how black it is. So everybody must have had fun using my stuff. Okay, so we're gonna write Let It Snow. Doo, 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 doo. I can't even tell if it's inked up because it's so black. I wonder if I can get some of that off. Let it snow. And then, I'm hoping so anyway. I don't want to spill on my card. Okay. And then, you know what? This time, we can add, oh, he is a little big, isn't he? Mr. Snowman is a little too big, I think. It was a great idea. Then it went. But we can do a wee tree. So let's do a little tree and a little tree. And we'll bring in our granny apple. Or we could do, yeah, we already did that one. Never mind. Okay, I was going to say, oh, we could do the holly, but then I already stamped in red. Okay, so I was just checking to see which looks better. We'll go full strength. So we'll go full strength. And then there's another tree. So we'll take that one and we'll put this one right there. So now we have Let It Snow on the inside. And then Dun, 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 dun. We're done. Done like dinner. So we're gonna stick that in here. You know what I could have did and should have did was punch out another globe. Let's do that because I don't want to waste the paper. So just give me a sec here while I work on my big shot here and steal another globe out of the center of that so that way we don't waste uh, some of that precious hidden cardstock that we won't see. Okay, so I'm just doing that right now. So just give me a second. Oh, I guess I could use the candy cane too because I have barely used that candy. Oh, shoot. Use that candy cane. Okay, so I'll show you what I just did here. So I cut out 2 of the snow globe pieces, right? So now I can use those. And then we're gonna glue this down. See, so this will cover it up and no one will be the wiser, right? So we'll just add some glue to the edge. Oops. And that'll go right on the inside. Oh, see? That little bit got my finger all sticky. There you go. And then smart move, right? I know. That's what I'm thinking. Usually I do forget. So good thing I remembered this time. And then we're going to go around. Put my initial in the middle, which is just going to get covered. And even if you gift this and write, you're still not going to feel those. Your writing will still be fine. Let me put it that way. There we go. So now that's the inside. So press that down. So that's the final of our card. So there it is. So this beautiful, envelope fun fold? Can I call it that? Where you just literally open it up like so, and you have let it snow. Now here's a fun thing. Now you can also take this and you can add a gift card here with a couple mini glue dots or a gift card here. And it turns into also a gift card holder. So just using 2 mini glue dots, like one on each end, and then you have a gift card holder as well. So that is another option. So there's one using the snowflakes, and here's the other using the snow, the falling snow. And I'll show you a few others. I've already shared what you will expect to see at my upcoming stamp camp. So again, if you have a friend who hasn't yet signed up, bring them in. Now, you'll notice it's a little floppy, but don't worry about that. Because once you put that in that envelope, it'll flatten. And so this was another one I made. And I was going to use this one too for stamp camp. But then I was like, no, if you guys want to make it, that's your extra bonus card. Here's one I did for a swap. Here's another one that came to me from a swap. And who made this one? Oh, Suzanne Schneider. So that's another one. And here's a similar one to I made already and as well. So it's just using the designer series paper instead in the ribbon, which is kind of cute for another swap that I also did. So those are my cards. So like I said, don't forget to sign up for Stamp Camp. There's 2 spots. And we're going to use this page. I'm going to use this to create my scrapbook page. So if you don't have this, that's okay. You can use whatever you have in your stash, but we'll do a 2-page spread with that one as well when you come to my retreat. Or sorry, my stamp camp, but I really love my bag. Like, I think that's my favorite. Anyhow, so tell me what you like. Snowflakes, and Lisa already did. and then the or the snow falling. And those of you that share, like, or comment will be entered in the draw. I forgot to announce who was last week's draw because I was really busy. Um, and I just haven't had time. So I apologize for not being as available and flexible. But I hope that'll change in who knows. Well, actually it won't because Christmas is around the corner. So anyway, so sign up for Sam Camp. Um, but I probably 8 o'clock's probably a better time. But you let me know. Like, excuse me. Usually my kids are at soccer, so it's usually 7. Then because their practice starts at 7, so by the time they get home, I'm just finishing and I have the whole house to myself for silence. But that it is tight. So thank you for joining me tonight for making it for Monday and for Global Design Project. And I hope you like that. And there's more to come on Wednesday. So we'll see you soon. Happy stamping and thanks for dropping in.